everybody, and welcome into today's episode of the Top Cut Yu-Gi-Oh! Podcast. We are live to our top 16 patrons, which you know you are. We love you. We thank you. But in case you don't, we're going to go ahead and shout out all of our current patrons anyway.
Not just the top 16, all of them.
All of them. All right, so, of course, we have Aaron Gardner, Myth Oceanus, Ace Micah, Pig, Scuzz Daddy, Adil Saeed, Jeremy Drysdale, Ray Powell, and Austin Johnson. Thank you so much for the support, everybody. I really can't express enough how much it means and how thankful we are to have that. It really is the start of some great stuff here. We really hope to hopefully soon have better microphones, get some art made for the podcast, a better streaming setup.
Oh, yeah.
As well as we're going to get some soundboards, pop filters, maybe new microphones eventually, just whatever we have the ability to do. So, moving in, we do have some quick play news. There's a announcement for a Tokyo Game Show stream from Konami, which will be September 30th from 7 p.m. to 7:50 p.m., where they're going to release a bunch of new Master Duel information. So,
which is something we've all been waiting for.
Absolutely. So, that's pretty much the only quick play news. Everything else we have is like tons of card releases.
Yeah, like within, a couple of days, just
a dump.
Just a dump every day.
Yeah, it's been about a week, because it was like, we recorded last Wednesday, and then Thursday, it was just content. Just
pop.
nonstop.
Because the OCG is gearing up for
Battle of Chaos.
Battles of Chaos. So they're getting all information, all the new cards out of that set. Beginning with
yeah, sure. So first we have the new Ghost Rick support.
It's time to spook and scare 2021 style.
All right. So the first card we have is Ghost Rick Siren. It is a level 4 Dark Fairy effect monster. It has 800 attack and 1500 defense. Caleb, for those that don't know, I have bronchitis, and I forgot that when I led into that. So, Caleb, I'm going to let you actually read all the cards, if that's okay.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. Okay. Let's see. Level 4 Dark Fairy effect, 800 attack, 1500 defense. Cannot be normal summoned unless you control a Ghost Rick monster. As all Ghost Rick monsters state.
Is that a pretty normal thing for Ghost Ricks?
Yeah, the whole point is you set them, and then you flip summon them to get some effects off, blah, blah, blah. If this card is normal summon or flip face up, send the top 2 cards of your deck to the graveyard. And then if there is a Ghost Rick among them, activate one of these effects. Add a Ghost Rick spell trap from your deck to your hand, or change one effect monster your opponent controls to face down defense position.
It's interesting, it's not actually activate one of these effects, it's apply one of these effects. So, this is on resolution of this card.
Correct, meaning that if your opponent negates, it's the whole effect including the mill.
Yeah. So, but if they let the mill resolve,
then
whatever happens, whether you add a Ghost Rick spell trap, they can't stop that at that point. It's too late. That's my interpretation of this text anyway.
Yeah. Now, granted, this is just translated OCG text, so it doesn't have our problem-solving card text. But based on this wording, I think you could still ash it, even if you're just because you can search.
Oh well, it sends cards from deck to graveyard, so no matter what,
even
it's
then,
actionable.
Yeah.
There's a second effect though.
Yeah. Once per turn, you can change this card to face down defense position, which I think all Ghost Ricks also have that effect.
Man, that's crazy. That's a super interesting soft once per turn on that, and the other card has no once per turn anywhere.
Yep. Next is a new Link 1 for Ghost Ricks. Ghost Rick Festival. God.
So amazing.
Link 1 Dark Spellcaster Link. 0 attack.
And that's fine.
Its Link arrow is straight down.
That's amazing. It's perfect.
Materials. A 1 non-Link Ghost Rick monster. Here's the broken part about this card. You can also use a face-down Ghost Rick you control as material to Link summon this card. It's the only Link monster where you can use a face-down monster as Link material.
That's really good for Ghost Ricks.
Oh, yeah, no, because now it gives them the capability to put out a face-up Ghost Rick turn 0.
Right.
And not having to just kind of set one and hope that they don't die next turn.
Right.
Now to what the rest of the effect is. You can only use this card. The second effect of this card's name once per turn. Your Ghost Rick monsters can attack directly while there's a Ghost Rick card in the field zone. 2. When your opponent's monster declares an attack, you can tribute this card to special summon a Ghost Rick monster from your deck and face down defense position.
Oh. That's pretty good.
Yep. New spell card, Ghostrick Shot.
Bang.
Normal spell card. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. Hard once per turn. 1. Special summon one Ghostrick monster from your hand or graveyard. Then you can change a face-down Ghostrick monster you control to face-up attack position. 2. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target a Ghostrick Exceed monster you control. Attach one Ghostrick card from your graveyard to it as material.
Oh.
Which lets you get your win con off of Succubus. Whose effect is that if she ever gets to a certain amount of materials, you just win the duel. So that helps you kind of get to that point. Lastly, a new trap card, Ghostrick Trick or Treat. The artwork on this card is absolutely adorable. I love it.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
You can only activate one card with this card's name per turn. Hard once per turn on the whole card. If you control a Ghostrick Link monster or field spell, target one face-up card monster your opponent controls. Your opponent can pay 2,000 life points to make this effect become set this card face down instead of sending it to the graveyard. Otherwise, this turn, that target cannot attack, its effects are negated, and it's also changed to face down defense position during the end phase.
That's interesting.
So either your opponent treats you by burning themselves for 2,000,
right,
or they get tricked by their monster being negated and then flip face down during the end phase.
Right. So the next cards we have are some vampires. Woo! Battles of Chaos being a
very Halloween-y set.
Yeah, which makes sense because it comes out right around Halloween.
Oh, yes, son. Give me 1 second, loading up the page. And
sure. So
first off, they have... Okay, why am I back in Shadow Specters, says Yu-Gi-Oh! Organization.
It's kind of funny.
Yep. First off, we have a new main deck monster, Vampire Ghost Ogre. Not to be confused with
Ghost Ogre.
Level 3 Dark Zombie. 1,500 attack, 0 defense. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name each per turn. If this card is normal summoned, you can send another vampire card from your hand or face up on your field to the graveyard, and then add a level 4 or higher vampire monster from your deck to your hand. And if you do, send a level 2 or lower vampire monster from deck to graveyard.
That's pretty good.
That's a lot of text.
Let's break this down. Okay, so you normal summon it. Bam.
Yeah.
You can send a vampire card from your hand or face a field to the graveyard, and that's cost.
Yes. And then you add a level 4 or higher vampire monster from your deck to your hand, which is Vampire Lord, Vampire Genesis, Vampire Lady.
Yeah, vampires.
Just for examples. And then you send a level 2 or lower vampire monster from deck to graveyard, which is like Vampire Familiar, and there's one other card whose name escapes me at the moment.
Oh, I don't know a single vampire card, so you're doing much better than I am.
Yeah. 2, during your main phase, quick effect. During the main phase, my bad, quick effect. You can banish this card from your graveyard and pay 500. Immediately after this effect resolves, normal summon a vampire monster. Interesting how they made that a quick effect that just activates during the main phase.
Right.
Next, we have a new rank 8 Exceed monster.
Looks like it'll be an ultra rare in the OCG at least.
Yeah. The Undead Vampire, which is kind of what's what I'm looking for?
Redundant?
Yeah, it's redundant.
I thought the vampires were the living dead.
No, that's still undeath.
Yeah, but zombies are like undead, and vampires are the living dead. There's definitely a difference.
Kind of, mostly in theme, but then you also got to think, well, where do ghouls fit on that line? Because they're
living dead.
Well, that's the thing, because
they have working brains.
They're zombie. You think that might be the only thing is that you're undead, but you have a working brain, and that's the separation?
I think it's not like working brain. It's like you have like consciousness, right? Like you can like make your own.
You're still sentient instead of a puppet.
Right. Whereas zombies just brains.
Yeah. Well, it also depends if you're going with the more magical. We got off on this long tangent.
Okay, but to be fair, I'm right.
Maybe it's one of those things. So he's a rank 8. Which vampires can't... I don't think there is a level 8 vampire outside of Genesis.
I mean, there's gotta be.
I think it's just Genesis. And his whole thing is that you have to tribute Vampire Lord to summon him.
There's gotta be.
Well, hold on. It's made with two or more level 8 monsters, generic. If you use a monster with a level that is owned by your opponent for the Exceed summon of this card, treat it as level 8. Vampire, a big shtick of vampires is stealing your opponent's monsters.
That's pretty good.
So it's entirely possible to just steal 2 of your opponent's monsters and just make this guy with it.
Okay, so for reference, I'm just glancing through vampires. Okay, so like you said, there's Vampire Genesis. And
classic card.
Very old classic card, yes. Then there is Vampire Vampus 7. Vampire Voivode. Or Voivode.
Yeah.
That was the new one from Shadow Spectre. So that's the archetype that's being represented here.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So that one you can target up to 2 monsters in your opponent's graveyard, especially when those monsters to your field and defense position.
Hey, then you can just make him.
Yeah.
That I still find that hilarious how you could grab like, I don't know.
But you have to grab an 8.
No, you don't. Because because for this guy, if you use monsters that are owned by your opponent, they're treated as being level 8. So you can steal like their, let's just say for the sake of argument, you can steal their Fractal and their kit.
Okay. Hear me out here. Okay, so that's if this card is normal summoned. So one of the other ones lets you normal summon during your opponent's turn,
and then steal them.
So what you would do is, well, no, because it also goes on a new chain. I was gonna say what you could do is if they like activate Fractal, send kit. When they activate Fractal, no, because kit's gonna trigger by the time that this guy triggers.
Well, I would think at that point you would then activate they go Fractal, mill kit, and then in response to kit's effect activating is when you'd steal them.
Yeah, but I was looking for a way to, if you normal summon during your opponent's turn, if the normal summon is on the same chain, like if the summon resolves on the same chain as Kara Send Kit, and you pull the kit out of their graveyard before
kit's effect fires off,
then you cause kit to miss its opportunity to activate.
I don't think you'd be able to do that.
Yeah, I just don't see a way to do it.
Yeah.
This guy you'd have to normal summon him, and then his normal summon resolves, the rest of the chain resolves, and then his effect triggers at the same time as kit.
As kit, and then you steal the kit and the Karis, then kit's effect goes off.
Yeah, too much copium.
But at the same time, that also means that at most they'll have one material engrave for a Char Brigade effect.
Well, you can.
Depending upon what else is in their hand.
Well, you can summon 2 with him. So you summon 2 materials, and then you can overlay all 3 to make this guy, because this guy's 2 plus.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no. Yeah.
So, you said neither player can target it with effects of monster special summon anywhere other than the graveyard. That's interesting.
Yeah. Its other effect, you can only use its second effect once per turn. Hard once per turn. Neither player can target this card with effects of monster special summon from anywhere other than the graveyard. Which is interesting, as you said.
Yeah, that was the first effect.
Yeah. Second effect, detach 1, send the top 4 decks of each player's graveyard to each player's deck to the graveyard. Yes, top 4 cards of each player's graveyard.
Even better, you said top 4 decks, and I was like, whoa.
Just the whole deck.
Let's start over.
Yeah, you can detach 1, send the top 4 cards of each player's deck to the graveyard. Then if a monster was sent to the graveyard with this effect, you can special summon one of them to your field. So,
pretty good.
So if you mill a vampire, one of your own vampires, or even mill one of your opponent's gammas, you can steal it.
Yeah, this is really what this archetype needed. I mean, this is the payoff.
Oh, they also have a Link 3 now. Uh-oh. Vampire Fascinator.
Fascinating.
2400 attack. Its arrows are top, bottom left, bottom right.
Triangle.
2+ monsters, including a zombie monster. Ooh. You can only use the first and second effects of this card's names once per turn. If this card is Link summoned, you can target 1 monster in your opponent's graveyard. You cannot special summon other monsters for the rest of the turn except zombies. Also, special summon the targeted monster to your field in defense position.
Broken.
You can tribute a vampire monster, then target 1 monster your opponent controls, and just take control over it. Until the end phase. But hold on. You summon her, effect, grab one of your opponent's monsters. Her other effect, attribute herself off, because she's a vampire, steal one of their monsters on board, rank 8 into the vampire Exceed monster.
Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty stupid. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, if you can get to her, she's an instant of the rank 8 dude.
Yeah. And the rank 8 dude's beefy. 3k to 28. She's 24.
Yeah, this is really exactly what this deck needed.
Oh, yeah. No. Like, it's... Like, I'm pretty sure that now vampires are probably only 1 or 2 cards off from being a rogue threat.
I mean, I feel like this makes the deck playable.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely a, local playable thing. But I'm talking... when I say rogue threat, do I mean... Get ready for it.
Yeah. So next we have some new Nordic support. Oh.
Yes.
So 4 new supports to the deck, constantly awarded to be better than plants. That's funny.
Alright, give me 1 second to switch to that other
Sure.
page.
The first one is a level 3 light beast tuner effect monster called Gillenbursty of the Nordic Beasts.
Yes, the Golden Boar. I actually know the information behind why the Golden Boar. So you see in the legend, Loki went over to these 2 dwarf brothers who were very proud of their craftsmanship and said, hey, I bet you can't make anything good enough for Freya, Odin, and Thor. Bet you can't do it. And of course the brothers went, of course we can!
And they built a golden boar.
So first they did Freya's gift, which was a boar made of gold, and that's what that is. I forgot what Odin's gift was. Each time Loki turned to a fly and would bite the guy's ear who was working the forge to keep it hot, to try and get him to mess up. Didn't work on the first 2 gifts, worked on Odin's gift. Not Odin, worked on Thor's gift. He messed up.
Oh no.
Made him a hammer, and so because he messed up, the hammer's handle was way too short.
Oh.
And Thor and Odin, Odin thanked the dwarves and was like, Thor, do you actually like your gift? And Thor went, I love it.
That's funny.
I can throw it.
That's funny.
I name you Mjolnir.
That was Mjolnir.
Mjolnir.
Oh, well.
It's kind of like a fjord.
Okay, that's fair.
Anyway, but yes, it's Gullenbursty of the Nordic Beasts. Level 3 Light Beast Tuner, 300 attack, 100 defense. For a synchro summon, you can substitute this 1 card for any Nordic tuner. This is important, because the synchros you make, the Aesir, require very specific tuners. Not specifically named tuners, but...
Nordic tuners.
Yeah, like, in order to make the Thor of the Aesir, you need a Nordic Beast tuner. To make Odin, you need a Nordic Alfar tuner, I think.
Oh, that's gross.
Yeah, he's just kind of like, I can be used for any... Like, he's the second one that could be used for either one.
Oh, that's good.
The other one is a card named Vandus. She could also do that.
Yeah, and then... The third was Thor, Odin, and Loki.
Yes.
And Odin is the ghost rare.
Yes. Anyway, you can only use this card's first and second name once per turn. Hard once per turn. If this card is normal or special summon a Nordic monster from your hand. 2, you can target a Nordic monster in your graveyard, except itself, add it to your hand.
Oh.
Yep. Gullenbursty means golden-haired. Fun fact. Yes, forged by the sons of Ivaldi as a gift to the god Freyr, as part of a dare by Loki to one of the dwarves. Oh, hey, look, the next card is Ivaldi, the Nordic smith, the dwarf.
I mean, they got it right. I mean,
yeah.
The sons of Ivaldi are a group of dwarves who are commissioned and partially tricked by Loki into making magical relics for the Norse gods, such as the spear Gungnir, the boar Gillenburst, the malformed hammer Mjolnir, etc., after Loki ruined Fife's hair.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Notes. They put notes in everything.
Yeah, it's great. So, Ivaldi, the Nordic Smith, level 4 Earth Warrior monster, 1500 attack, 700 defense. You can only use this card's first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. Hard once per turn. If you control a Nordic or a Seer monster, so the entire archetype, special summon this card from your hand. If this card is normal special summon, add a Nordic Relic card from your deck to your hand. That's kind of stupid.
That's pretty good.
Hold on, so you can normal summon the boar, who's level 3, and then effect to special summon another level 3, and then his effect special summon stuff out of your hand. Boom.
Yep.
You have Odin, Thor, or Loki.
And you just added a Nordic Relic because you special summoned him.
Yeah, then you add a Nordic Relic, and then another Nordic, and then you also add another Nordic monster in your graveyard back to your hand. You recur another Nordic monster on top of that.
Right.
Next up, we have Nordic Relic. First time I've seen this. Give me 1 second.
Hildskalf?
Hildskalf.
I believe you.
Yeah, Hildskalf.
That's an S, a K, and a J.
Yeah.
Immediately in order. Yeah, I'm good.
HLIDSKJAL. Hildskalf, I believe is how that would be pronounced. I'm probably wrong.
You can have it, brother. Yeah. I'm just going to assume you're right.
Anyway, it's one of the Nordic relics that Evaldi was talking about. There's a couple other ones before, like the Fetters of Fenrir, which is just search for a Nordic beast. Or just a Nordic card or something. They got a bunch of them. Anyway, you can only use this card's first and second once per turn. Hard once per turn. Special summon a Nordic monster from your deck. And then you're locked out of summoning anything out of your extra deck except a Seers. Which is Odin, Thor, and Loki, which is the only thing you'd ever summon anyway. 2. You can banish a card from your graveyard, add a Nordic monster from deck to hand, then shuffle one card from your hand into your deck. And Hildskalf is the High Throne of Odin. And then finally we have Nordic Relic Svalin. Continuous trap. Hard once per turn on both the effects. 1. If you control an Asir monster, negate the effects of all face-up card your opponent currently controls until the end of this turn.
Yo, that's broken.
And do me a favor while I'm reading this and pull up Odin, Thor, or Loki. Any one of them, preferably Odin. 2. You can tribute a Nordic monster, then target an Asir monster in a graveyard, special summon it. Yeah, that's kind of stupid.
All right, so which one do you want?
Let's do Odin.
Okay, I have all 3 pulled up.
Okay, cool.
1 Nordic Ascendant tuner and 2 plus non-tuner monsters. Once per turn, you can make this card be unaffected by spell or trap effects until the end of this turn. Once per turn, during the end phase, if this face-up card you controlled was destroyed by your opponent's card and sent to your graveyard this turn, you can banish 1 Nordic Ascendant tuner from your graveyard, special summon this card. When summoned this way, you can draw 1 card.
Yeah, that's kind of stupid. And this thing gives you a way that even if your opponent permanently outs the Nordic Asir without banishing it, you can just bring it back anyway. Get it right back in rotation. And then Thor and Loki are pretty similar.
Are they?
Mm-hmm. Like, look at, yeah. They just have different attack values. I remember, I think it was Odin at the top, and then Thor, then Loki.
Okay, Odin has 4k attack. Wow. Big boy. Mm-hmm. Loki has 3,300.
And then Thor had 35, if I remember.
Right, okay, so Thor, once per turn, you can negate the effects of all face-up monsters your opponent currently controls until the end of the turn. It's a shame that that's not a quick effect.
I know, right?
Once per turn during the end phase of this face-up card you control is destroyed, blah, blah, blah. A Nordic Beast, you can bring it back. And if you do, inflict 800 damage. And this Loki is... once per turn when your opponent activates a spell or trap card during your battle phase, quick effect, you can negate the activation, and if you do, destroy it. Once per turn during the end phase, blah, 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 control, destroyed, set, brought back, using a Nordic Alfar tuner. Special summon this card from the graveyard. When special summon, target 1 trap in your graveyard and add it to your hand. Wow, it's a slower and worse Mask of Restrict.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Well, he's also on a 33 body.
Okay, still.
Yeah. I really liked the Nordics back when they first came out.
So,
it's
this is an interesting question. So we're done reading the Nordic cards, yeah?
Yeah, that was it.
Okay, which do you think of the 3 that got the support, the Ghostricks, the Nordics, and the Vampires? Which do you think comes out the best out of this? Like, which do you think becomes the most relevant of those 3?
Probably Vampire.
Really?
To be honest. Okay. So, like, for one thing, it says you can only special summon vampires. Because of Necro World, Banshee, Terraforming, and Zombie World. Because remember, they're zombies. They can run Zombie World.
Right.
They can then go, yeah, sure, I'll be locked into special summoning zombies. I don't mind. And just keep stealing your opponent's monsters out of the graveyard over and over again.
So it can become both floodgates and interruptions of the deck.
Exactly.
That's interesting. I don't think you're wrong. I think, though, that the power level of the Link 1 for Ghostricks is just...
ridiculous.
Insane.
Again, it gives them a major thing that the deck needed, which is why right now, as of recording on September 15th, 2021, Ghostrick Marys are like $30, $35.
Everything for that deck is insane.
Yeah, but Mary is... Well, that's because like before, Mary was still the most expensive card at like $5.
Yeah.
And then went up to $7. and now one of them's up to like $36. The other one's up to like $21.
Yeah, they're all kind of insanely expensive now, but that's because a Link 1 will do that. Think about what Meow Meow Moo did for Prank Kids.
Exactly.
So,
very powerful card.
All right, I think this is a good time to take a quick moment to talk about ETB.
Our locals.
That's right. ETB Games in Alexandria, Louisiana is a wonderful place to go to hang out, to meet friends, play all the games you love: Magic, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, obviously, Digimon,
D&D.
D&D. They have TVs to set up for
Warhammer.
Yeah, they have Warhammer. You can play video games there. You can just go and watch anime if you want. Whatever you want to do. And then you can, obviously they have regular tournaments for all those games. They have really great communities for each of those games. Once a month they have the ETB Battle City Day, which is where we recorded the live segments for the last episode where we did round by round interviews. That's going to be a regular thing. They're going to do those about once a month. When we know the date for the next one, we will announce it here. In addition to that, and if you would like to buy any singles or products from them, you can find their link below at etbgames.com, which will have a link to their TCG Player storefront and all of the relevant information. Mm-hmm. So thank you so much for ETB for being an awesome sponsor, and let's go ahead and get on into some other new stuff from Battles of Chaos.
Oh, yes. Next up, we have new support for Ice Shades and Sword Soul.
Yes. And, these cards is pretty good.
Okay, first off, we have Cosmocroy, the Ice Shade Imperatrix. Which is a mouthful by itself. Level 10 Water Aqua Effect Monster, 1500 attack, 3000 defense. You can only special summon this card's name by way of its first effect once per turn. 1. There's a face-up card in the field zone. You can special summon this card from your hand. Doesn't matter what the field spell is. Technically, it doesn't have to be a field spell.
Oh.
It just has to be a face-up card in your field zone.
I guess if you can find a way to get a not field spell in your field zone,
it would still count. But I think it's because they are opening that as a possibility for the future. It's maybe like a quick play field spell.
That would be interesting.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Anyway.
Quick play field spell. Oh my goodness. Stop. I can only get so erect.
Just enter battle phase.
Mystic Mine?
Well, not Mystic Mine, but like activate my battle based field spell.
Yo, that would be an amazing archetype idea. Is quick play field spells that, like, depending on the phase and stuff, you can like cycle through your field spells.
Yeah.
It would play kind of like Sky Strikers, but instead of all of it would be like, I imagine it as something along the lines of like in a movie, like a Jumper, where they just like snap their fingers and all of a sudden they're in a different environment.
Yeah.
Like quick shift environment changes.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be so cool.
Oh, yeah.
Broken, but cool.
Oh, yeah. No, that definitely have to be like a psychic archetype too.
Ooh, you right.
Yeah, because all the teleporting.
Ooh, emergency teleport much?
Yeah. Because I'd imagine it'd be like, okay, I have my main phase field spell. I'm gonna jump to my battle phase and then quick play this battle phase based field spell. But then because I played this in archetype specific field spell on top of another one, the first field spell just goes back to my hand.
Right.
Attack, attack.
It would have to read something along the lines of like,
if this card is sent to the graveyard because
another archetype field spell was activated, add this card back to your hand. And like upon entering main phase, you can activate this card from your hand. Like would have to be the first line of text. Like upon entering the battle phase.
Or even just straight up, it's a quick play spell whose effect is when this card is activated, place it in your field spell zone.
Oh, yeah.
And it could because they don't and blah blah blah. Because remember, card text overwrites any rules of the game.
Right.
That's the point behind card text. Anyway, that's beside the point.
That would be an amazing archetype.
Oh yeah. 2, monsters your opponent controls cannot activate their effects on the field while
the archetype could be called Scene Shifters.
Ooh, yeah. Anyway,
Konami R&D, hire me, please.
Anyway, cannot blah blah blah. Your opponent's monsters cannot activate their effects on the field while Indian Cradle, the Ice Jade Depths, is on the field, except the turn they were summoned. So, let's say your opponent went first, and then it's your turn. You do this, their effects are negated. But then let's say it goes back to them and they normal summon Karis, for example, activate effect to banish. That would still work because it summoned that turn. Which is interesting in that they only get their monster effects for the turn.
I mean, I think that's still fine.
Yeah, it's alright. It's not great. But it's still something that your opponent has to take care of.
Could be worse.
3, if your Ice Shade monster battles an opponent's monster, that monster loses 1,000 attack during damage calc only. So, in order to run this thing over, you have to attack with a monster with 4,000 attack.
I mean...
No, 4,100. Or 4,050 or higher.
Unless you... I mean, I guess there's, like, ways to negate the effects to drop the attack, but, like...
Yeah.
Access Code Talker does it, though.
Yeah, Access Code can just pop it.
Also true.
Yeah, I mean, like, even just, like, no, you have to attack into it, even Boral Sword could do it, because it's got 1,500 attack, so then make Boral Sword 45. Then it then it would lose the attack, become 35.
I think it gains half the attack. So Boral Sword would be 3,750.
Yeah.
But then it would lose...
1,000. It would lose 1,000 and become...
I don't know, man.
Yeah,
I don't know. How did we get here?
Next up is Aggl of the Ice Shade. I thought it said Angel. It's Aggl.
Dude, when we first read these the other day, I had the same issue.
Yeah. Level 3 Water Aqua Effect Monster, 1,000 attack, 2,000 defense. The stats on these cards
are interesting.
You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. If this card is normal or special summoned, normal or special, add an Ice Shade spell or trap from deck to hand.
Oh.
When your opponent activates a card or effect that targets this card, or an opponent's monster declares an attack on this card, quick effect. You can special summon a water monster from your hand or graveyard, except itself, but return it to the hand during the end phase. Also, next time this card is destroyed by a battle or card effect, it is not destroyed. So your opponent declares an attack, effect special summon out one of your Ice Shades from your graveyard, and then if they don't destroy it, it goes back to your hand.
Similar to what Rugal does.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Next up, we have Kingfisher, the Ice Shade ship.
Yo, I swear, this thing's level 9. This was level 10, like, 3 days ago.
Oh. Whatever. 2,500 attack and defense. You can only use the third effect of this card's name once per turn.
They're probably not both level 10. That way you can't summon out Gustav, Max, and go into Leap.
It's gotta be. Anyway, you can target one water monster you control, equip this card from your hand or field to the target. An Ice Shade monster equipped with this card can attack while face-up defense position. If it does, apply its defense for damage calculation.
Broken.
All the Ice Shades have low attack but really high defense, so that kind of gives them a way to punch above their belt, so to speak.
That's an interesting way to put it, but you're not wrong.
You know, because, I have 3k defense. I'm just going to punch you with my defense stat. That's definitely interesting.
True.
Next up, you can target one face-up monster your opponent controls with attack equal to or less than the equipped monster's defense. Special summon this card, and if you do, return the target to hand. It doesn't say when you'd activate this effect. If you activate it while it's equipped, that'd be interesting. But it also might have to be... I mean, it's probably just while it's equipped or in your hand.
Yeah.
We'll have to wait for the problem-solving card text for that. But even then, just... Hey, your monster's 2,500 or less attack. It gets compulsed.
Yeah.
And I also get a 25 body on board. Next up is their actual field spell, Inyan Cradle, the Ice Shade Depths.
Which makes sense.
Yeah.
Because that's the one that got mentioned earlier.
Yep. And before. In some of their earlier cards that got released.
Yeah.
When this card resolves...
It'll be an ultra rare in their side, too.
Oh, actually, no.
Is it silvery?
Yeah, it's silver. That's secret. That's a secret.
No.
Everything else...
No, the Cosmo Croy is a secret also.
And it's also secret. Everything else is super common.
No, Boo Boo, what is you doing?
Anyway.
This archetype's going to be nuts, though.
Yeah, anyway. You can only activate one card with this card's name per turn. You only get one. If you open two,
sorry,
and you activate the first one and it gets hit and it gets popped, you're done for the turn until next turn.
Right.
When this card resolves, you can add one of your Ice Shade monsters that is banished or in your graveyard to your hand.
Oh.
So even if your opponent DD Crows something, it's only gone temporarily.
True.
You can recur it back. 2. Once per turn, if a monster is normal or special summoned, you can target a water monster you control. That target and all face-up monsters your opponent control lose attack equal to that target's original attack until the end of this turn. So you can have your opponent's monsters lose 1,000, 2,000, or 1,000, 1,500, or 2,500 attack just based off the cards you've seen.
Right.
Which which of course they make access code. You activate that effect. I think that could possibly prevent them from OTKing you. They'll still pop your stuff, but they'll lose some attack.
Right.
And like I said, it's just non-targeting reduction.
Yeah.
Next up is Ice Shade Erosion, a continuous trap card. You can only use this first second effect once per turn. Target one face-up card your opponent controls. Destroy an Ice Shade monster you control, and then negate until the end of the turn.
Negate that target.
Yeah. Cool. If a face-up water monster you control leaves the field by your opponent, except by being destroyed, punish them for not destroying something.
So
I guess.
Sure Egg, essentially.
Yeah. You can take one Ice Shade monster from your deck and either add it to your hand or special summon it. Yeah, no, because every other card I could think of that removes something from the field by not destroying it.
Compulse
is one.
Ooh, in the Ice Shade Mirror.
Yeah, Ice Shade Mirror.
No, like in the Ice Shade Mirror match.
Yeah, exactly.
They removed it by
by bouncing it with the you can just the only other card I can think of is Zeus, but that would also remove the trap card too.
Right.
So that's about it. That's all we got for Ice Shade right now. For the new Sword Soul, we have
good luck with that name.
Quijing Long Yuan.
Man, why you gotta be so good at this?
It's Yuan.
Why are you so much better than me at this?
I don't know. The Sword Soul Catastrophe.
Dude, I would have said Kijing.
What did I say? I've already forgotten.
Dude, I have no idea.
We'll call him the Sword Soul Catastrophe.
Yeah.
Level 10 Fireworm Synchros. The level 10 they needed. 2,900 attack.
They already had multiple level 10s. The other one. The better one.
It's the one they needed. Shush.
Fair.
2,900 attack, 2,300 defense. 1 tuner plus 1 or more non-tuner worm monsters. You can only use the first, second, and third effect of this card's name each once per turn. All its effects are hard once per turn.
Right.
If you sync or summon another worm monster, draw one card. A pseudo TG Hyper Librarian.
Fair.
A worse one.
Yeah.
Well, it's got a bigger body. If you sync or summon another worm's, if your opponent special summons a monster or monsters, you can banish one of them, burn them for 1,200.
Yeah.
3. When your opponent activates a spell or trap or effect, period, any effect, quick effect, banish that card, and if you do, burn them for 1,200.
Burn, baby, burn.
Yep.
I'm a Sword Soul Inferno. Burn, baby, burn.
No fooling. This is the card you want going into time.
Yeah.
Just pass, and then on your opponent's turn.
Time is called. Good, you gonna activate any effects?
Yep.
Because if you do,
you lose.
You lose.
But if you don't, you lose.
If you don't, it's a tie.
Well, no, the last thing, because let's say you've already burned them for something.
Oh, yeah.
Or even just attacked or whatever and passed. Even if they have something to burn you for the rest of the damage, if they do, they just take another 1,200.
Right. It's like taking the Maxi challenge. It's taking the burn challenge.
Exactly. Taking the Sword Soul Catastrophe challenge in this case. Let's see. Next, they have a new continuous trap card called Sword Soul Sighty. Continuous trap. You can only use the first and second effect once per turn. If a card becomes banished, you can banish a Worm Sinker monster or Sword Soul card from your hand, deck, or graveyard, or either field.
Oh.
So, in the mirror, you can banish one of your opponent's monsters for this effect. 2. If this card becomes banished, You can special summon a Sword Soul token. You cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck while you control it, except synchro monsters. I mean, that's pretty good.
I mean, yeah.
I don't know exactly how that would work, but...
I mean, it works.
Yeah. Lastly, we have a new Despia card, Servants of the Branded, or Branded Servants, which is basically just the corrupted version of Nadir Servants.
I mean, I'll take it.
I think that's what the lore is for that. Anyway, it's a continuous spell card. You can only activate it once per turn. While you control a level 8 or higher Fiend Fusion, you can negate any effect monster with currently 0 attack and or defense activated by your opponent. 2. At the end of a damage step, if 2 monsters with 0 attack battled, you can destroy the opponent's battling monster.
Oh.
Because if 2 monsters with 0 attack battle, doesn't like nothing happen.
Normally, yes.
In this situation, your opponent's monster loses.
Yeah, so like in GOAT, they 2 monsters with 0 attack attacking both get destroyed, but here they don't.
Yeah. But this makes it where, in this case, your opponent's monster loses.
Yeah. So the next one is either... Was that the whole effect?
That was the whole effect.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay. The next one is either Branded Servants or Servants of the Branded.
That's the card we just talked about.
I thought you just talked about the trap card.
No. That's a continuous spell card.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a continuous spell card. It's the Corrupted Nadir.
I see it. I'm sorry.
Nah, it's fine.
All right. Do you want to hop straight into the next thing?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Unless you have anything to announce real quick or anything like that, you want to toss in here real quick.
Hey, join our Discord server.
Yeah, join our Discord server.
It is the best place to get all the up-to-date information about the podcast. Best place to talk to us, do remote duels with both us and everybody else in the server. It doesn't matter if you're a patron or not. Just
come hang out.
Chill.
Come chill with us. Okay, moving on. We now have thanks to some enterprising vendors who shall remain unnamed.
Remain unnamed.
Thank you. For obvious reasons. We now have the full set of the 2021 10s. Unfortunately, no access code.
Oh, wait. I thought we were talking about the Lost Art promotion, the last one.
Oh, shoot. Yes. Lost Art promotions.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to barrel through it.
Yeah. Yeah, the last 3 Lost Art promotions for...
6.
Well, it's the 6 for this year.
Oh, that's right, because we already had Barrel Dragon. We already had Storming Wind.
Yeah. Next up is Gemini Elf.
Right, so next up is Gemini Elf, which has some extra cleavage. Enchanting Fitting Room, which has some extra cleavage.
Yeah, but it's cleavage on Ujama Green, so...
Still.
Do with that as you will.
Next up is Elemental Herbalist Netrix, which has some...
Cleavage.
Some extra cleavage. Next up is Foolish Return, which has some extra cleavage.
But in all seriousness, I think it's like a different coffin or something.
Yeah, no, it's definitely something to do with the coffin. There's no cleavage. I mean, you can look if you want, but it's not there. So next is some, like you said, some distributors.
Yeah.
And some very, very hard-working mods, specifically Skrelping, who is a mod in basically every YouTuber's Yugi-tuber's Discord server, MBT, Farfa, Distant Coder. He's a mod everywhere. I mean, right down. I think even like pack and stuff.
Yeah,
Like he's a mod for everyone, not just on Discord, but also in their Twitch chats.
Yeah, just about that. I think modding is just his full-time job at this point.
I mean, this man eats, sleeps, and breathes Yu-Gi-Oh moderation.
Yep. Okay, so now...
We have the full list.
Yeah. So to begin with, let's start with the Ad Ignister stuff. It does have a good giant chunk of the deck. It has the 2 most expensive cards in there, which is...
Picari and Achichi?
Yep, Picari and Achichi, who are like $6 a pop.
And they're both ultras in the tins, which is unfortunate because the ultra rare slot is packed with cards.
Oh yeah, packed with really powerful good cards,
which we'll get to later.
Yes.
If you know, you know.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's got, let's see, it's the ones it doesn't have. It doesn't have Bururu, Hayari, Doshin, Donyorobo. What else?
That's pretty much all of it.
Fire Phoenix, Earth Golem. It doesn't have any of the extra deck stuff. It has Dark Infant though.
Oh.
But it has like A Idol Reborn, AI Love Fusion, AI's Ritual, AI Strike. It's got just about everything else you can want.
Yeah. Let's talk about more of the stuff that did make the tins, though. So
did not?
That did make the tins. So we have Sky Striker Ace Rose as Prismatic Secret, which is cool. Gizmet Kaku.
It's going to look gorgeous.
Yeah. Jacobolin. Let's see. What else do we have here? Transcicada. That's an interesting card. More Ignister stuff.
Yeah,
Wind Pegasus,
Light Dragon, and Dark Templar.
Right.
Cross Sheep got the Prismatic Secret.
Oh, man.
It's going to be
that's
pretty.
A good
that
one.
Blue and that white.
Ooh, also the Earth Charmer removable as an Ultra. That's a great reprint. That was like a $6, $7 rare.
Oh, yeah. Let's see.
Gravity Controller got a super.
Ooh, that's a card that didn't need the reprint. It needed a reprint not because of pricing, because it's only a common.
Right.
So now there's a Shiny Black Sea Squatter is a super.
Oh, it's a good looking super too. I saw the video and
Link Karibo is a secret.
No, not Link
a secret,
Karibo.
a super.
Not Link Karibo.
No, Ling. Yeah. I had got a little thing in my throat there.
Ooh, Parallel Exceed as a Prismatic Secret, boys.
That's also gonna be super nice.
Yes.
Goki Ironclaw got the reprint in Guts, which is neat.
Nocto Vision got a super, as well as the Deep Sea Artisan, Sentry, and Minstrel all got commons, which is a great reprint.
Lantern Shark and Buzzsaw Sharks were getting kind of hard to pick up.
Gearsu the Orcus Mech Knight
is an Ultra.
King Beast Barbaros, that's a good one. Union Driver, that's actually a good one.
Yeah, it's a rare. Malice Lady of Lament as Prismatic Secret.
Here's a good one. Ghost Mourner and Moonlit Chill as an Ultra.
Oh yeah.
Adamancipator Archosaur.
No, Animadorned.
Yeah.
It's also an Ultra.
Oh, if that card was an Adamancipator.
Let's see. Dragon Maid Shio got a Prismatic Secret. Let's see.
What else.
Proxy F got another common.
Ravenous Cracker Dragon. Crocker Dragon. That's a good one.
Area the Water Charmer Gentle as an Ultra.
Deep Sea Aria as a super. Heavy Forward as a super. That's a great reprint.
Oh, the Prismatic Secret Fusion Deployment.
Very good. Gravedigger's Trap Hole is an Ultra.
Very nice.
Let's see, what else do we have here? More Ignister stuff.
Machina Metal Cruncher got the Prismatic Secret.
Yo, that card is awesome.
Super rare Artillery Catapult Turtle.
All right, this is some interesting stuff here.
Prismatic Secret.
Dogmatica Ecclesia the Virtuous. Then Dogmatica Theo, Aiden, Fleur-de-Lis, Maximus, and Fallen of Albaz all got ultra rares.
And Nexus,
yes.
All got ultras.
And then you have Infernobles, Astolfo, Ogier, Oliver, and Magus, I think?
Yeah, Magus.
All got commons. All the
Thunderhand
Melfies.
Super.
Yeah, all the Melfies got common reprints.
Gizmek Okami, the dreaded Deluge Dragon as a super.
Melfi of the Forest as a super, and Melfi Mommy as a common. Drill Driver Vespinato common.
Titanic Clad as an ultra.
Nadir Servant as an ultra.
Oh, here we go. Nadir Servant is an ultra. Chaos Ruler, the Chaotic Magical Dragon, caught the reprint.
Oh, Pog, dude, that's a good
ultra.
one.
Let's see. Drill Driver Vespinato as a common. Let's see. Oh, TTT, Triple Tactics Talents, as an ultra. So
that's awesome.
That's a great reprint. Dogmatica Punishment as a Prismatic Secret.
Yo.
That's pretty. Schism got an ultra. Tidying got a rare. IDP got the Prismatic Secret.
Yo, that card's gonna look amazing as a Prismatic Secret.
Let's see.
A couple of Speed Ward cards. Ret Time Reviver Emitter.
Raider's Wing. Phantom Knights of Stained Greaves as a super.
And Phantom Knights of Torn Scales as an ultra. Okay, here's where it gets really good. Nerval as an ultra. Karis as an ultra. Fractal as a Prismatic Secret. Yo.
Dogmatica Ayashan as a secret. And then Virtual World, Lulu, and Lao Lao. Each is secrets. And Gigi and Lily as ultras.
Yes. Alpha the Master of Beasts as an ultra.
Another great reprint.
Yes.
Shinshin as a super.
Good.
Penguin Brave as a common.
Raider's Knight as a rare.
Arc Rebellion Exceed Dragon as a super.
Jaja and Fan for the Virtual Worlds are rares.
Divine Arsenal AA Zeus Sky Thunder as an ultra.
Right, which we knew.
Prismatic Secret Fairjeet.
I don't care. You can't touch my Starlights.
Yeah. Super rare Rugals and Ultra Shurags.
I mean...
which is neat.
You can't touch my original First Ed stuff.
Fair. Prismatic Secret Tri-Brigade Revolt.
Yo, I saw that card in, I think it was Rev Z's video. Amazing.
Oh, Prismatic Secret Vulture Roll Nyan Nyan.
Yo. Tri-Brigade Airborne Assault is a rare. That's interesting.
Oh, get this.
That card's playable.
Oh, yeah. Get this. Adamantipator Crystal Leonite, Raptite, and Dragite. So the Crystal Tuners, all as commons. Mm-hmm. And then the actual synchros, Risen, Leonite, and then the three synchros as ultras.
And then you said Researchers as super already?
Yep.
Or Researchers and Ultra, Seekers as super.
Analyzer.
Seeker and Analyzer are both supers.
Yeah. Let's see. Science has got the Prismatic Secret, Drytron, Beta Rastaban, Gemini Elf.
Hey, Adamantipator friends, not in the tins. Secret from Rise of the Duelist. I pulled 3 of them. Please let them go up to like $10 a piece.
Yeah, no, with that they might.
No, they won't. It's a terrible card.
Fair enough.
Terrible card.
Like I said, Drytron, Beta, Gamma, and Delta all got super. Zeta got the Prismatic Secret.
And honestly, this is where everything gets to be the most interesting.
So we have Kelshadal Kaios, Rayshadal Rayshadal Wendy, and Nashadal Ariel, all as ultras.
That is so
all 3 of those cards have only ever been printed as super in the structure deck. And then as Prismatic Secrets, we have Elshadal Apcalone and the structure deck artwork of Construct.
Yo.
As a Prismatic Secret.
So we're not only are we including last year's core sets and side sets, now we're also including a structure deck. Mm-hmm. But wait, not just a structure deck, because guess what else is here? Raviel, Uriah, and Haman are all Prismatic Secrets, as well as the new support cards, Dark Beckoning Beast, Chaos Summoning Beast.
Raviel, Lord of Phantasms, Shimmering Scraper is a Prismatic Secret.
Yep. And then obviously, the last 3 cards here are True Light, Magician's
Salvation, and Piercing the Darkness.
Which is the exclusives. So that's all the cards, right?
No, there's one more at the very bottom.
Oh wait, I didn't scroll down all the way. Oh no!
Which is Megaton card number 258. Cross out Designator as an ultra.
No. Oh no!
Called by the Grave, but better.
Sort of. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna say like our ban list predictions because that's the next episode. Mm-hmm. But like, come on, we all know it's fitting to happen. We don't want it to happen. Well, it shouldn't happen.
Well, here's the thing: would they do it and not try to cash in on it as hard as possible immediately?
Oh no, they would definitely reprint it in either Brothers of Legend or Gold Series.
Yeah. So we wait.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. But I say before we decide, we should probably wait until we get more information on those sets. Because if one of them has it, it's coming off the list.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Again, Konami being smart and wanting to cash in hard on those off the back of those the cross-out designator in those tins.
Unfortunately, yes. I don't want Maxi back. Please don't bring Maxi back.
Unfortunately, access code tracker is not in here, so I'm thinking we'll probably get the reprint in possibly an alternate art in
Gold Series.
Gold Series Eldorado.
Dude, they could have done so good. They could have reprinted access code here and then again in Eldorado like they did last year with Appaloosa. No.
Nah, they decided not to.
Man, that could have been so
I know. I don't know why they didn't do that. But I mean, I think it's a case of they decided we can either put access code or this, or access code or Zeus, and they can't do both. And I guess they just kind of decided that if they didn't put access code AA Zeus in this, they're not going to reprint AA Zeus at all.
Yeah, pretty much.
Which is entirely a possibility. Because Brothers of Legend is supposed to be more about the Kree brothers and their shticks. And then the next set that could possibly have reprints is Synchro Storm, which is all about wind monsters.
Yeah.
And synchro summoning.
Well, we have one last thing to talk about at the end here, which is the OCG has received a new limited and forbidden list. Now, is it necessarily going to impact us a lot? Probably not. But it's
still interesting to look.
And it could definitely be a potential indicator of where this format is headed in the future. If you look at something like they banned Dryden over there, and then 2 weeks later we banned Dryden over here.
Yeah. Another possibility. I mean, it's also a possibility for us to kind of look into future products.
Right.
On the OCG side, at least. Because Konami is actually, because the TCG is behind as far as products are concerned for Yu-Gi-Oh! As compared to the OCG, they kind of have to, the ban list before the product comes out, set it up.
Yeah. So here for the OCG, we're looking at the newly forbidden cards. First of all, you have True King of All Calamities, which was at 1 over there. It was limited. Virtual World was still a tier 1 deck over there. It is now forbidden.
Not anymore, it's not.
It's still probably good. If it's still good over here, it's probably still good over there.
Oh, yeah.
Then you have Mystic Mine, went from limited to forbidden. That's an interesting one, because
I guess they finally just got tired of it.
Well, Mystic Mine over there was a one of, and as a result, it was like a power one of. Decks like Prank Kids that were already playing Terraforming could now also play that. Sky Striker would also play it. It's just a tool to slow down the game, and it became a powerful one of. So, being splashed in a lot of different things that it really did not need to be splashed in.
Almost everything.
Yeah, it didn't need to be splashed in that stuff, so that caused it to be like a problematic card.
Yeah,
outside of, it already existing.
Kind of like Dragoon back when it first came out over here for the TCG, where everyone just kind of splashed Verte, Red Eyes Fusion, and blah, blah, blah.
So, then we have some newly limited cards. Psy-Frame Gear Gamma went from 2 to 1. 2 is already weird. 1, it's unplayable.
Just about, because then you're running a brick just for one hand trap.
Yeah, at that point, I'd rather just run Herald of Orange Light times 3.
If you can.
It doesn't matter if you can or not. You have the same probability of just having 2 Heralds.
That's true, as opposed to opening the 1 Gamma and not the driver.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I mean, it's just as easy to run all 3 of your Heralds.
Or just not run anything at all and just stick to the Imperm Veiler package.
Yeah, I mean, that might be the case. Next is Divine Arsenal AA Zeus from 3 to 1. That's really interesting because it prevents you from making a Zeus on top of a Zeus. Unless
your opponent makes a Zeus, you might control their Zeus, attack with it, and then overlay their Zeus on top with your
I think
Zeus.
Mind Control prevents you from attacking, but I know what you mean.
Yeah. Make another, steal their Zeus, make a new Exceed, attack with that, and overlay into a new Zeus.
Yes.
But that's the only way at that point now you can overlay a Zeus on top of a Zeus.
Yeah, as if you somehow use your opponents. So, then we have some newly semi-limited cards, and something to keep in mind here is that in the OCG, semi-limited list is an actual thing here. It's not just malicious.
Yeah.
So they probably have 40 cards on the semi-limited list.
With the OCG, before they take a card from 1 to 3 or from 3 to 1, it always goes through the semi-limited list beforehand.
And it's not even that. Sometimes cards just get put there and stay. Like they have 10 key semi-limited, and they like to put cards to 2 just as slight consistency hits.
Just to kind of
throttle down the consistency on some decks. So
throttle down specifically combo, really.
In a way, they don't like combo over there. So, you have Soul Eating Oviraptor went from 1 to 2. Yo, Oviraptor.
Hey, good for the Dino players over there.
Yep. I mean, it unlocks some real stuff combo wise, but good for them. Because the deck was unplayable. Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon from 1 to 2. The cards are ratted. That makes no difference. It could go to 3 today, and it's fine.
Yep, you're still only ever going to run 1.
Yep. Pot of Desires went from 3 to 2. That's really interesting. It's a consistency hit, I know, but I mean, I guess. I don't know. Desires at 2 is interesting because it prevents you from drawing desires off desires as much and stuff. But
it also prevents activating Pot of Desires and 2 of those cards being Pot of Desires.
Right. Crossout Designator from 3 to 2. How do we feel about that? Called by the Grave is at 2 also.
Yeah. I mean, now at this point, I'm pretty sure most decks would run 2 Called by, 2 Cross Out.
Yeah, and the thing is, this way you can still cross out a cross out. So like if you Ash, so let's say your opponent normal summons Magdalene, and then you Ash Blossom, and your opponent activates cross out, then you can cross out their cross out.
But then you're out of cross outs.
Right, but then you have to understand you're done.
Yeah,
it's no longer a threat, which is an interesting dynamic.
Yeah. It gives a lot of mind games with the, do I cross out here? Do I cross out my opponent's cross out, or do I just let theirs resolve so I can hold mine?
Right. Unlimited cards, Danger Nessie from 2 to 3, Salamangreat Circle from 2 to 3, Mind Control from 2 to 3, and Pendulum Call from 2 to 3. I think realistically it's all probably fine. I think Salamangreat Circle could go to 3 over here also. But probably. I mean, Nessie is a good card and all, but I guess.
Yeah. Their unlimits aren't near as interesting.
Not really, no. I think that'll wrap us up, though. I think that's everything we needed to talk about. And we actually did it in a decent time frame for once.
I know, right?
So thank you, everybody, so much for listening. This is the part where we would read a new rating or review from Apple Podcasts, if we had any.
Ugh.
So please leave ratings and reviews on Apple Podcasts. It helps the algorithm.
Same thing.
So please be sure to do that. Be sure to tell all your friends about us. It really means the world to us. Thank you again, all of our patrons, for your support. Without you, this would not be doable.
We gave him the shout out earlier, right?
I don't know. I'm going to do it again, though, because I love him so much.
Just in case.
Aaron Gardner, Myth Oceanus, Ace Micah, Pig, Scuzz Daddy, Adil Saeed, Jeremy Drysdale, Ray Powell, and Austin Johnson. If I didn't thank you before, thank you again. It means the world.
And if we did, you get a second thanks.
Exactly. So thank you, everybody, for listening to today's episode. Be sure to like it. Be sure to share it. Be sure to leave the ratings and reviews. Come to our Discord server to give us feedback and tell us how we're doing. Tell us we suck. Tell us we're great. I don't care. I just like hearing the feedback. So, but
tell us. I would prefer if you told us how we could improve.
Yeah. Don't just say we sucked. If you could tell us how we improved.